So the Milwaukee Bucks, they got gentlemen swept by the Pacers, and all these rumors are already starting to come out. The Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo are scheduled to meet after the season to discuss both his future and the future plans for the team. Now, David Sampson, Giannis himself won't make a difference. Doesn't believe that Giannis makes Miami an instant contender. Let's get into the video.
They have no path to competitiveness with this current administration and this current team. And as an owner, you've got to recognize
the path is get Giannis.
No. Giannis himself will not make a difference for this Heat team.
What?
Who are you going to get? Wait a minute. Are you getting Giannis as a free agent?
Just
or
getting
do you have
Giannis.
to trade
you
assets?
get Giannis, you're an instant contender.
But what do you have to get rid of
what,
to get
Milwaukee?
Mediocre? You get Giannis, you're an instant contender.
Mediocre. Not good enough.
I just don't understand. What can a potential new regime apparently do to make this team set on the right path that you believe that this current regime can't do?
I'm going to tell you, Zaz, it's the ability to actually rebuild, which the Heat have never been willing to do. They've never been willing to understand that you may have to take 3 steps back and not be in the middle. Pat Riley would tell you himself, being a 10 seed or a 7 seed it's the worst place to be in any sport.
So David said a lot right there. He's right. There's not a clear-cut way to get Giannis. To be honest, I don't really even see that as a possibility. I mean, are you willing to give up Bam and Tyler? Because if you're not going to give those guys up and like 4 first-round picks, how on earth are you even going to be able to enter the conversation to get Giannis? If Giannis is on the trade block, everyone and their mother in the NBA is going to be in on that conversation. It's not going to be like that Luka trade where it's going to be in the middle of the night. No, the Milwaukee Bucks, no one is going to come save them after Giannis for a while. Think about it. Just them getting Giannis was a diamond in the rough. So for them to trade him, they're going to ask for everything possible because they don't know when they're going to get another generational talent to help win them any title anytime soon. Now, when it comes to the Miami Heat organization, these people are cooking the front office. They're cooking Pat. They want Pat fired. They want him to retire. They want Spo gone. They're talking about they need a whole new regime in there. Now, let's get into what Paul Pierce had to say about the Miami Heat front office.
Just in Miami this offseason. But, Paul, where did the Heat go from here?
I'm not so sure, Joy, because, I feel like Pat Riley kind of like single-handedly is tearing down Heat culture. Like, you run the face of the culture in Jimmy Butler, and you see him in Golden State thriving, having an opportunity to push Golden State into the next round. It's like, you got to understand, other superstar players watch this. They talk in the locker rooms. They talk at All-Star Weekend. They talk in the summer when they working out. Like, man, do we want to go down there and really play under the Heat culture when, these type of things go on? I really believe some things has to change within the Heat culture. They got to revamp it, realign the rules, get a new memo or something. Guys don't want to have their lives off the court being monitored as grown men. Guys don't want to come in here and do 2-a-days for weeks at a time and be yelled at like little kids. And I don't know if that's still how it is, but I know that's how Heat culture used to be. But some things that have to change for Heat culture to get back to where it needs to be. It has to be a realignment of what's going on down there. And I truly believe that for superstars to want to even come down there, because it's not just about the weather and winning and culture anymore. It's about how you get treated, how our families is treated. It's about the whole line of things from top to bottom, and that's what players look like moving forward.
So we already know that Paul Pierce, he's a generational hater, so I don't really listen to him at all. I will say Heat culture has changed a lot, but I don't want to hear Heat culture for a while. Until I really see guys going out there to compete, a competent roster, I want to see more than just grit and grind. Of course, there's a time and place for that in the NBA, but I also want talent. I also want guys more than just two-way guys or just undrafted guys. I will say, no one can ever talk crap about the Miami Heat. Why? Because we are a top-tier organization. Guys are in shape. If we have 2-a-days, that's what I expect. It's the NBA. Okay, you have people out here working double shift, working 80 hours a week. They're grinding too. So if you're telling me that you can't go out there and be in shape and be held accountable and not get in trouble as an NBA player, think about it. And which Miami Heat player has really got caught up in a mega scandal? And think about it. It's Miami. You have OnlyFans. You have all these different temptations. You have all the strip clubs. You have corn stars out there. You have, bro, it's unlimited temptations. And the Miami Heat have everyone in check like they're supposed to because they're a competent franchise. Now, let's get into what Bobby Marks had to say about the Miami Heat, their future, who they should trade. Let's get into the video.
Yikes. All right. Now joining us, front office insider Bobby Marks. Bobby, where do the Heat stand heading into the offseason with a motivated Pat Riley, as we just heard?
Well, I'll give a little bit of positive news right now from Miami. There is a foundation in place when you look at Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, and Khalil Ware. Now, here comes the hard part. How do you add a first, second, floor, and a roof without touching your foundation, right? When you look at where Miami is going into the offseason, they've got the 20th pick in the draft. If they had missed out on the playoffs, they would have had a lottery pick. They've got $65 million in potential expiring contracts. Terry Rozier, Duncan Robinson. Is the picks, two of them in 2030 and 2032, is the picks and expiring contracts good enough to go get yourself a star player without trading Hero and Adebayo? I don't think it is. But Malika, there's a lot of work to do in Miami, and certainly these two losses certainly confirms that.
Yeah, bleak is the word. When we were speaking, you used time and time again, Bobby, in talking about the decisions that Miami has to make here. Danny, what's the biggest change that you think the Heat need to make as they plan for this offseason?
I mean, what Mr. Marks just said, Bobby, how you doing? Thanks
Mr. Marks, I love it.
It's hard to find.
Don't make me sound old, Danny Green.
You're still young, Bob. You're still young. But what he just said, they don't have much to give, but their best bet is to try to find a big star in the offseason. You know, people talking about Kevin Durant. Giannis, really, if they hope that the Bucks lose and that Giannis wants out, obviously Dame is hurt now. That was a guy that they were trying to get before, who is going to be out for next season. The only guy they can get is either Giannis or KD, and this is the target. But it's hard to get Giannis with the pieces you have. Milwaukee's not going to want Terry Rozier, Davion Mitchell, or...
Is it hard, Bobby, or is it impossible?
It seems impossible, because they're going to have to give up Bam or Tyler Hero. But, Bob, you can have more information than I do. So, Bob, you let us know.
I think either player is going to be a challenge. I think they're going to probably be in the back of the line of teams that have more available. You know, certainly we're talking about maybe Houston as one of those teams that have young players and draft picks here. I think the big question in Miami, and this is not their DNA, would they ever use the R word, which is rebuild? I think that's something that it's very hard threading the needle. They've been a play-in team consistently the last few years. Would they ever consider taking a step back, potentially taking the Oklahoma City approach? And I know that was a lot of pain doing so, and basically build this roster through maybe you get a core player back and draft picks and going in that direction here, because it's going to be hard. Basically, they're going to be where they are right now.
So being honest, I really don't think we can get someone like Giannis. I don't think we have the assets to get him. Maybe if he forces his way, but as we saw with Damian Lillard, that really doesn't mean anything. Same thing with Kevin Durant. Are we willing to overpay for a guy in Kevin Durant? Is that going to help you win a championship with Bam and Tyler Hero? But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Miami Heat fans, we have to be patient when it comes to this offseason and see what is this offseason going to bring us in terms of, is the front office going to change? Are they willing to make big moves? Are they willing to make smart moves? Are they willing to actually manage their assets properly and not just aimlessly do things without any consideration of the future? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hit that subscribe button, and thank you for all the support.